podcast is My First Million, right? And they talk about all these different business ideas. I've brought them up here on the podcast a lot. If you're an entrepreneur or businessman, you really need to watch that podcast. Stanley, you need to be watching that podcast. It's incredible about the amount of information, the motivation that you get, and the amount of business ideas that they put out there. I get a lot of value out of that, and it's free. It's free. It's on YouTube and it's free. All I ask is that you like and subscribe. Yeah, speaking of like and subscribe, if you haven't liked and subscribed to our videos, you know, like something like 75% of everybody who watches our videos doesn't subscribe to the channel. So please like and subscribe to the channel.
Or watch them later. Watch them
watch My First Million later. So first of all, there's a company called the Daily Wire, you know, which the Ben Shapiro show is on. And Ben Shapiro is an ultra conservative, right? He's an Orthodox Jew, but he's like known for the conservative movement. He goes onto college classrooms and does speeches at colleges, and they give him a hard time about it. You're right. The woke left, the cross-dressers and all these people give him a hard time for speaking in conservative tongues and with conservative thoughts. So he's very controversial. If you're on the fringes, if you're on the fringe of the left, you don't like Ben Shapiro. I mean, if you're a conservative, you like Ben Shapiro. So what happened was he's pro-life, right? He's pro-life. He's against abortion, and on his show he talks about being pro-life. And they had a sponsor on his show, right? And the sponsor was Harry's Razors. So Harry's Razors wanted Ben Shapiro to redact what he said about being pro-life. And Ben Shapiro, who said, hell no, that's my belief, that's my core beliefs. I'm not gonna redact that. And if you don't like what I have to say on my program, then don't sponsor my program. So Harry's Razors left, and then a new company came in called Jeremy's Razors. So Jeremy's Razors came in and said, hey, we are the conservative razor company now. Screw Harry, right? I don't even know who Harry is, but Harry's out and Jeremy's in. So now Jeremy's Razors, which now advertises to just the conservative mindset, is now like a $100 million company in just a short period of time, because they took a movement and they market it to just that movement. And you can think of a lot of other companies that do that, like MyPillow, right? MyPillow only advertises on Fox News, on conservative channels. He's great friends with Trump. There's a whole bunch of brands that target conservatives. So I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll come up with my brand. So at the same time, I'm in my bathroom and I'm getting to the age where I'm getting a little more health conscious, and I'm trying to think about longevity. I'm trying to think about my skin, my hair, my teeth, all this kind of stuff. So I have a box on my vanity that has everything that I use during the day. So I take one medicine, it's high blood pressure medicine, but then I take like 5 or 6 supplements. And then I have Q-tips, and then I brush my teeth. I have my toothpaste, I have my brush, and I might have some lube in there. I'm just going kidding about that, maybe. I use Q-tip brand Q-tips, and I'm using my Q-tip, and there's no cotton on it. It's like they've gone cheaper than cheap. And then, then the stick breaks, and it's just like they're cheaper than cheap. Thank you. So I'm like, I need to find better Q-tips. I hate this thing. I hate these Q-tips. And then I'm using a brush, right? And my son steals my brush. So now I got a crappy brush, right? And so I have to go all the way back to the store to buy me a new brush because my son stole my brush and he lost it, right? Because that's what teenagers do, right? They take your shit and then they lose it, right? So I got all this stuff in my box. So I said, you know what I'm gonna invent? I'm gonna invent a thing called the bathroom box, which is a perfect container to go on your vanity. It's gonna have a container that has the best Q-tips in the world, all natural deodorant. If you want clear or solid, you can have your choice, and then there'll be a tray for your toothbrush, a tray for your brush, your hairbrush. There'll be a tray for tweezers. I don't know about you, but I'm just got in my 50s and I'm using tweezers, right? Because you're getting hairs everywhere. Stanley, you get hairs everywhere? Your ears, you get hair in your ears, hair in your nose, and I'm always trying to, pluck those hairs. And have you ever used a crappy pair of tweezers? Oh, it's not a pain in the ass. It's like death, right? Because you're trying to get that one hair out, and you're so obsessed with pulling that hair out that you're frustrated, all hell, because these tweezers don't squeeze together in the right spot, right? So you're all irritated. And what's up, man? I guarantee it. You notice I didn't say it did work. I just said I guarantee it. They'd be $1.99 each, $4. All right, so where were we at? I don't know about you, but I get obsessed with things. So when something like that happens, I have to get that hair pulled out. So that goes back to the tweezers, right? You gotta have a good pair of tweezers in this thing. So you gotta have good Q-tips, an all-natural deodorant, all-natural toothpaste, and then we want a drawer on the bottom that put all your supplements and all your meds in it, a drawer that slides in and out that can hide, and a top that closes so it stays nice and neat. I'm getting a little bit older in my age. I want everything to stay nice and neat. I wipe down my countertop after every time I brush my teeth. But also I want to have a private label electronic toothbrush and a private label water pick, right? I know water pick's its own brand, but a dental flosser, a water flosser. So, everything you need to get ready in the morning, designed into the bathroom box. Oh, also you need to have a little shaver. You need to have a body trimmer. Right, a hair trimmer inside my bathroom box, right? Because I don't know about you, but nowadays everybody likes to manscape a little bit. So I'm gonna go out there and source a really high quality body trimmer shaver. We can do the travel bathroom box can be in the future, certainly. So the bathroom box is not gonna be a cheap box. It's gonna be a good, high quality box, waterproof box that's gonna go on your vanity, that's gonna have all the top line stuff for you to get ready in the morning. And we're gonna have private label supplements in this company, but this company is gonna have a conservative marketing plan, right? So you're gonna say things like, if you wake up in the morning and you don't know if you're a man or a woman, this is not the product for you, right? It's gonna have a conservative slant to it because that's gonna be our targeted audience. Sometimes when you just throw a blanket over everybody and try to advertise to everybody, it's very hard to get your niche, to get your crowd. But when you slide into a targeted market, like especially in the political view, because the right-wing conservative movement doesn't give a crap about Harry's razor plight for abortion, right? They don't care about them. Harry's didn't have to say anything. They could have still had that sponsorship, still sell razors to the conservative side. But because they spoke up, they lost Michael Jordan, most famous person in the world. They used to go to Michael Jordan all the time and say, why don't you get behind this black cause? Why don't you get behind this cause? And he would say, Republicans buy sneakers too, right? And that's, if you're gonna do a blanket, don't stay out of politics. I hate it when actors and basketball players, or not basketball, any sports people get involved with politics. I want to watch them because they're good football players. That's your marketing ploy, to only address that segment and then advertise on those conservative programs. I think you can hit a home run. And this Jeremy's Razors has proven they can go from zero, right? Harry opens his mouth, then Jeremy goes from $0 to $100 million in no time. Entertainers just need to entertain. Sports figures need to play sports. When you get out of it, then you can talk the crap, because then I don't have to make a decision whether I like your team or not based on your ideology. You just get blackballed. You just get put in a group that nobody wants to be part of. But if you're going to make that decision to be divisive, then you're going to lose. You better make sure who you gain is going to be bigger than who you lose. Because I'm telling you, in the conservative movement, you want to talk trash about conservatives, that's 40%, 50% of the population gone.